The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wildcard Weekend is it's the football team and the 49ers, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 22.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Washington football team and the San Francisco 49ers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wildcard game. Here's Richie James on the return. And able to get this out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Lance now on first down. Into the secondary, past the 40, and all the way up to the 45-yard line. And this first drive looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And Lance now to throw. And returns it right back to Samuel. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. First carry now for Trey Sermon.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Lance now on first down. James has got it. Complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. Flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Sermon. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Trey Sermon taking it in from a yard out. And the 49ers will strike first here in this wild card matchup. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Trey Sermon who polished it all off with a touchdown run. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. As we take a peek at their versatile quarterback, the Hawaii native and former Oregon Duck, Marcus Mariota.
Coming out of Oregon as the Heisman Trophy winner, we thought that this guy was headed towards superstardom, and while he didn't quite reach those heights, he did have some flashes along the way. And right now, his athleticism continues to keep him in the league. Still has a good arm, mobile, a great guy to have in the locker room. He can win if given an opportunity.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action now, Mariota. That's out to the flat for Gibson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd down and 3. A handoff for Gibson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
We got him!
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They go play action. Mariota. He'll buy some time right. Mariota so nimble, sliding to the ground with a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Working out of the gun, Mariota.
He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back down. Nifty move. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Mariota. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
Let's go.
I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Play fake. Mariota. Now he's forced out left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. And that'll set him back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Here's Mariota. Forced out to his left. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3.
Welcome to the NFL, baby.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Gibson, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. From the gun, it's Lance. Got his target, Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Throwing on first down is Lance. Throw left side complete. That's James. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. To throw again on second down. Lance. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole pack. Loss.
Second and 11 now. To throw, it's Lance. Well, the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. Here comes the seventh play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got it complete to Thompson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Shotgun now for Lance. Shoves him away. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Myers' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Mariota. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Mariota on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mariota. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Again, it's Mariota. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The drive starts with a carry by Sermon, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Lance looking to throw it. That's Samuel, caught left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. And the Washington offense heading out and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Mariota's throw taken in by Samuel. That catch good for only a couple. On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Completes it to Samuel. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Mariota now to throw on first down. And that's incomplete.
Antonio Gibson, the intended target.
And it's going to be second down.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Washington on third down.
They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Mariota now from the 50.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the safety, Jarkrisky Tart.
And the Niners force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
He'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
And Lance going to throw.
Steps away to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Throwing again on second down.
Lance. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
Throwing his Lance on third down. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Jonathan Allen drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up fourth down.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Able to push his way through. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Washington ready to try again on offense.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
2nd and 2.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing, Mariota. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. To throw is Mariota. Under pressure, they got him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
The Niners on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Throwing now is Lance.
Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown.
Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here.
He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Lance, a give now to Sermon.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
And they'll try and run for the first with Sermon.
And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. And he's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
And time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
They've got the lead. They haven't really had to utilize him all that much so far, but I guess if you're winning on the scoreboard, not too much to complain about.
Not at all, but you know those guys out wide, they want as many catches as they can possibly get. They may need him later on if things get a little tighter.
Yeah, so far 2 catches. We'll see what happens here as the game progresses. On 2nd and 7, Mariota. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones.
There we go.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A huge play there for Washington.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is absolutely a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare as well, because they spend all week preaching about the need to wrap up and make sure tackles. But what a letdown here, and it winds up costing them big yardage.
Looking for the end zone.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Ricky Seals-Jones there to make the grab.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Extra point try now for Succop. It's good, and it's 21-10. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here.
He's probably someone they want to get more involved at this point. Second quarter down on the scoreboard, and you know that he can be a threat.
And because he's such a threat, as well as so productive, I'm with you on this. They've got to get him the ball more, give him more opportunities for them to have a chance to erase.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the sack on first down, Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
From the gun, it's Lance. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there just before halftime.
But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
Here's Lance.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. And Myers able to knock it through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Jennings now on the return.
We got this.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a day it's been so far. This the 3rd of our Saturday triple header. 3 more to come tomorrow as the NFL playoffs are officially underway. But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive.
That's all.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. A first down throw for Mariota. That's going to be caught by Samuel. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Mariota to throw it. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide down with a good gain. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half. But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Lance now on first down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Tight end made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From just shy of midfield, Lance. And it's complete to Mitchell. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working from the gun, Lance. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 2nd down, it's Sermon. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll go option to the short side. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Lance to throw it. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Off the option, it's Sermon. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Sermon, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the 49ers move back
Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the second time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
They'll try and throw for it. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for two to tie the game, and it works out. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here we go on the next drive for Washington. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
To throw Mariota. And his throw here is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Javon Kinlaw able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary didn't really look close.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From just shy of midfield, Lance flush to his right. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now a handoff. Sermon.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the 3rd quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Mariota now. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
Here's a give to Gibson.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Once more, Gibson.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run on first down.
Gibson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Mariota letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Ricky Seals-Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And Washington has taken the lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Succop for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again. Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And, Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go.
They run once more with Sermon.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force. and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 16. Lance. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. One quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this a very important drive leading to the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. He just danced away from that one defender on his way to a gain of about 7 yards. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Gibson again. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try to move forward.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To throw is Mariota. Stiff-armed him. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now a give right side. It's Patterson, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Completes it to Samuel. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Gibson.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing, Mariota.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Open man is the tight end, John Bates.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down.
They'll go. It's Gibson.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Mariota. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. First down, Mariota.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Mariota. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Throwing is Mariota. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
On the draw, it's Gibson. 72 yards on the ground for him so far.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Gibson again.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead now up to 14. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Lance, they set up the screen for Sermon.
Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
that time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Now on 2nd and 13. Lance. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Here's Lance. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, Mariota to throw it. And he finds McLaurin. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Mariota. And he'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Suckup will put this one right through, and that'll push the lead up to 17.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. Throwing on first down is Lance. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell.
So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Lance. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. From the gun on third down, Lance.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Lance to throw for it on fourth down. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10.
Right at the 50-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. On third down, Mariota being chased out left. Mariota so nimble, sliding to the ground with a first down. And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs, because there's all that build up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt, because when you work that hard to get this far, it hurts just a little bit more. No matter when your season ends, it's a downer. But in this case, even more so because you had your eyes on the big prize, which was the Lombardi Trophy.